All right, everybody, this is your boy Trey with Let's Just Talk Fitness. And you already know, man, I am back again with an amazing person, someone whom I, in a sense, got a whim to peek at their page. And again, it was someone that I saw a lot of passion from. It seemed like, fitness was something that I saw your content, and I won't get too into it, but your content, Vanessa, was something that as I was scrolling through it, it seemed like you just took off like a rocket. Like it seemed like it was a huge transition, a quick transition. I'm not really sure, why that was. Yeah. But your passion and the captions and things that you put on your TikToks really caught my attention. And I think it would definitely catch my followers and anyone else who watches this attention as well. So guys, you're going to love this. I already know. I'm somebody that can call a good catch. So let's do it. But with that said, I want to go into making sure that y'all like my page, like the video, follow, subscribe, comment below. If there's anything you want to see, anything that you want to, any questions you have about the interview, also DM me if you want to share your story. Vanessa today is sharing her story. She stepped out and she did what she needed to do, even though she told me she's very shy and introverted, but she stepped out and actually came on my platform to share a story. So do the same. Hit me up if you also want to do it. Also, make sure that you support her, follow her. I'm going to leave everything in the description below in the YouTube description. So make sure you follow her as well. But with that said, let's get right on into it. Vanessa, how are you doing?
I am doing amazing. So happy Monday.
Hey, oh, happy Monday. And is that coffee? You've been drinking coffee?
Yeah, I've been drinking coffee.
It's getting you through the day, huh?
Yeah, I definitely needed it since yesterday.
I know. And funny thing, y'all, actually, Vanessa just saved this interview because I was thinking it was for my time when we were messaging, and she told me, I think you were sounding like you were getting ready to join. And I was like, hold on, why does she sound like she's getting ready to join? And then, so wait, say it again.
I said, I'm glad you asked. You're like, wait, 4:00 and the time different. So
I have no idea what I was thinking, but I was way off, y'all. I was thinking it was like at 4 my time, but that would have been like, I think, what, 2 your time or 1 your time.
1 my time.
Yeah. So we would have been off like a whole hour. So Vanessa saved this interview, man. So make sure y'all thank her as well. But with that said, Vanessa, let's go into a little bit about your past. Where were you born? A bit about your childhood and how that kind of sculpted your character or who you are today.
Right. So born in San Diego, California. I still live here.
Wow.
I am the only female out of 4 brothers. So I was raised very tomboyish, very athletic. So, and yeah, that's helped me stay active as a young child. So, what I'm doing now is trying to get back into that active lifestyle.
I love that. And the only girl of 4 boys.
Yeah, I'm the oldest. Firstborn, only female, and then the rest are just brothers.
Oh my goodness. It's like, how did you deal with that? I mean, and usually the at least in my experience, the female has always been the youngest, but you're the oldest of 4 boys. So how did that even work? Were they still very assertive over you? Like, oh, that's my sister.
I was the alpha.
What?
Yes. And it was hilarious because we would just wrestle together and I would always, beat them up and stuff. So I was a bully to the boys. But now they're all at least 6 feet tall and I'm only 5 foot. So
whoa. Hey, I would say your bullying probably had something to do with that. Maybe the genetics kicked in and it was like, oh no, we can't. That's crazy. So, okay. So again, the only girl of 4 boys. This also led into you, like you said, being a bit tomboyish, which is actually very surprising because your facial appearance is just very soft. You have a very soft, like almost like model type facial appearance, I would say. Yeah, seriously. But for you to say that, and not for real, but for you to say that and to give the perspective of you being the bully, the alpha of the pack, that is crazy. I've never heard that. Now, how did that, how would you say that affected you in terms of, I guess, growing into yourself or growing into this aspect of maturity? Would you say that, or even heading towards fitness, would you say that you got more involved in sports? Maybe then in some sense it made you more of a rougher, tougher type of woman?
Yeah.
Would you?
So I'm very competitive, have to compete with boys, and at their level.
Mm.
My brothers play baseball. I, wanted nothing to do with baseball, but now I play softball actually in a co-ed team.
Wow.
Uh, So I've, pushed myself because, I had to compete with boys, when I was younger. And that's helped me in my athletic, um, it's not really a career, but my athleticism,
Mm.
uh, volleyball, soccer, lacrosse in high school, like I gave it 120%. So yeah, that's really helped me. And even today, I'm very hard on myself. So I'm very, they say you're your own worst critic.
Yeah.
So I push myself, and that's, in a sense, it helps me as well, because I know my limits. Um, and before I would be very hard on myself, and now just I'm accepting myself for who I am, how I am, my
Mm.
doing what I'm able to do, and not just pushing myself and being so hard on myself to the point where it just makes me unhappy.
Wow. Wow. If we can go into that a little bit, you keep repeating the aspect of you being hard on yourself.
Yeah.
In what ways would you say you did that? Like maybe in terms of fitness, maybe in terms of your job, in terms of what you do now, maybe in terms of your, I know you're married, I believe.
Yes,
You're,
married.
yeah, married.
Uh,
Yeah. So yeah.
I think it plays that, being hard on myself is like every day, just
Mm.
career. I always want to give 110%. Same thing with working out. Even my coach. So I did hire a trainer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, to help me, only because I didn't have any guidance. I didn't know the right forms. And even my coach would tell me, "You're so hard on yourself."
Oh,
Uh,
wow. Your coach told you that.
yeah, you're so hard on yourself. It's okay to take breaks. It's okay.
Yeah. Mm.
Another thing I want to mention, I do have PCOS. So PCOS, I don't know if you've heard about it, but it's a polycystic ovarian syndrome. So that caused a hormonal imbalance, which has resulted in like, insulin resistance.
Mm.
Um, it caused me to gain a lot of weight, and it's
Got you.
very difficult for me to lose weight as well.
Mm.
So, I've fallen off, like I've mentioned before to you. I've fallen off. I get back up, because I'm not a quitter. So, um, but I know it's just being persistent and consistent. So that's
Exactly. I'm so glad you brought that up. You said PTOSD. Wait, can you repeat it?
it's okay. PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome.
PCOS.
Yes.
Okay, PCOS. Wow, and that, I'm glad you brought this up, Vanessa, because there's actually a few people that have even hit me up in regards to how hard it has been or how hard it could be
Mhm.
to lose weight in regards to hormonal imbalances. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So a lot of times people, that's something that isn't talked about. A lot of people are just kind of, throwing the basic calorie deficit or eating, all these type of things, when in fact it's like this underlying issue as to why that is.
Right.
Would you say that this aspect of PCOS,
Mhm.
would you say that that caused you to be hard on yourself, or would you say that it was more of, like you said, the matter of you being the only girl? Like, where did that start?
That's my trait. I'm always, competitive, and, I'm hard on myself, but I love myself. So I'm not going to brutally just beat myself down.
Mm.
I just push myself enough to open us and give it an extra 5%. You got this. So that's what I mean when I'm hard on myself, is that I'm continuously pushing myself to do better.
Mm. Would you say that they're, and again, your coach told you that you're already yourself. That's how I knew you. So would you also say that there's a good part or good aspect about it? Is there anything about it that you do love?
I do. I love, like I said, pushing myself to lift heavier weights. For example, reps, I'll do 15 pounds, and my coach would say, do you think you can do more? And I tell her, Annette, don't ask me if I think I can do it, because you're just testing me. Now you're challenging me. So yeah.
Hey, I love that. I love that. And that's what you need. And honestly, I truly do believe that's what you need when it comes to this journey, this fitness journey. You need to have that aspect of tenacity,
Right.
but also a good balance of knowing when to actually rest and to give yourself a break. So knowing that you're trying to figure that out, and actually you're one of the first to bring this up in an interview, which is very unique. And that is, having the balance, the right balance between knowing when something is too much and when something's not enough. Do you feel like when you're watching TikToks, or when you maybe the people around you, or things of that nature that you've seen, do you feel like a lot of people don't have that balance or struggle with that balance? Or do you feel like it's something that you see very common in terms of that balance being fulfilled?
I feel, since jumping on TikTok, and I'm still fairly new to TikTok, I found a great community of women in their 30s, mothers that are on the same journey that I am.
Wow.
I see, that they're giving the same efforts. I believe posting content keeps us all accountable for ourselves. And I love it. I love being a part of this community and posting and getting positive feedback from, other people that are doing the same thing as well.
Love it. I love it. I love it. And what do you do, by the way? What's your occupation?
I'm in finance.
In finance. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Did you see yourself where you, I guess 5 years ago, did you see yourself where you were now today?
Actually, no.
Oh,
I did. I did go to school for nursing.
oh wow.
I did, yes, but I ended up doing this career instead. And I loved it because it's helped me in my own personal life as well. I was able to purchase a house. Um, oops, sorry.
No,
Give
you're
me
good.
one.
Mhm.
Okay. Sorry about that. It was a phone
No,
call.
no problem.
Oh, um,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, what was the question again? I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Just in terms of, I guess 5 years ago, did you see yourself where you are today in regards to your occupation and things of that nature?
No, I didn't. But, I'm enjoying the journey. I think that
Mm.
it is just keep moving forward, um, and living life.
Yeah, exactly. No, I love that. I love it. As you were speaking and talking about just your upbringing and how that tied into you giving yourself or sometimes being harder on yourself than what you should be, it kind of led me into that question. Because a lot of times I think a lot of people, you know, they're not where they want to be, and obviously that's everybody in some sense I believe wants to grow, but
Mhm.
I realize that sometimes with that aspect or perspective of pushing yourself harder than what you probably should, you kind of always have that expectation of growth, and always wanting more, always feeling like there's more to do, always feeling like that. And so that's what led me into asking you about that aspect of, do you feel like do you feel like you're where you are, where you should be now? um,
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant like as far as my career, if
yeah.
seeing myself. I enjoy what I'm doing right now. So
Mhm.
a little bit of how I started this job. So I
Mm.
was in finance for over 7 years, but when the pandemic hit, I had left a previous finance job for this one, which allows me to work from home.
Awesome.
And the schedule that I have now, it's less stressful. I'm able to put time on the side for myself, because prior to this job, I was giving this previous company all of my energy, just
Mm.
and not having time for myself or
Wow.
my. So as of today, yes, I'm happy where I am, because I'm finally allowing myself to make time, if that makes
Mm.
sense.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I'm glad you bring that up again, because I think it's super important to not just even have time for your fitness journey or time for your own physical fitness health, but it helps mentally, emotionally, spiritually, like,
Right.
like you need those moments to decompress, to draw back from the world. And I think that oftentimes is why a lot of people health easily deteriorates, and that is because of work. Would you say that you saw those perspectives, maybe like, and you don't have to get too personal, but maybe in terms of your marriage, in terms of your family, in terms of your health, did you see all of those things deteriorating as you?
Absolutely.
Could you go into that a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. So, like I mentioned previously, I'm competitive. So, and I just want to do great at my work. Um, Prior to taking this new job, like I said, I was giving this other company all of my energy. And when I would come home, it was late at night. I was working 12-hour days, not really having time for my family, having my husband, come home, cook because I wasn't home, same,
Mm,
very, um, very stressful,
yeah.
very stressful. I do have a very supportive husband. So, he does pick up the pieces as well. But I feel that with this new job, it's allowed me to finally have a balance. And yeah, just have a balance and be able to be more active in my family and for myself as well.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Would you say that the people around you, were they able to see the difference and the change when they were?
Yeah. So one thing, I started working out back in January. So that's when I started, I told myself this is going to be my New Year's resolution.
Wow.
I'm going to work out. Sorry, I'm just multitasking.
No, 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 you're good.
I'm going to work out and, finally do something for myself. So I've always yo-yoed back, my weight. I would lose it.
Mhm.
And then the next year I was back to where I was. And I was taking weight loss pills, to get it
Mm.
immediately. And I wanted the weight off right there and
Right there,
then.
then, yeah.
Yeah, I was depressed. And so I was taking these weight loss pills and they were doing the job, but I wasn't happy
Mm.
myself. I wasn't where I am right now. I feel like, yes, this process, because you're working out, it takes time, consistency, and it is a longer journey, but I've learned to love it. Every part of this journey I love. I'm still not at my goal weight, and that's okay.
Yep.
That's fine. But as long as I keep going, and not only that, but working out, it's calmed my energy. uh,
Mm.
I'm a lot more content,
Wow.
uh, less, I guess, high strung, you could say that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's brought me serenity for sure.
Wow, wow, wow. I love that. Ooh, thank you for that transparency, because that's something a lot of people don't admit, and that is the weight loss pills. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, let's just be real. I'm sure a lot of people have tried them, or would rather that shortcut, or that quicker
Mhm.
way, or that quicker fix, because you have companies all day long selling those things, you know.
Right.
And again, no one wants to hear the hard work, the long hours, the discipline,
Mhm.
the emotional, mental discipline that you
Right.
need to have and develop when it comes to fitness. But you dove straight into the transparency of the weight loss pills and things of that nature, which is absolutely amazing. Um, when you stated that you were not happy,
Mhm.
you are you saying that when you were taking the pills, not having that physical activity, not having that long term, that was you were seeing the effects of not having those things? Is that what you're saying?
It wasn't doing anything for my mental health, and I think that working out, it not only, you know, uh, helps with mental health, but it
Mhm.
also, improves, your sexual life
Oh
too.
yeah.
I think the solution to all your problems is just working out. I
Mm-hmm.
have a 15-year-old daughter, and there's, they're going through their hormones and stressed out and the pressure of high school. And I tell her, Michaela, she's having a bad day. Let's go to the gym. Come on.
Mm.
So she's like, Mom, I don't want to. Nope, let's just go to the gym. And now we're at the gym, her and I just working out. She's like, Mom, I feel so good now. So I said, look, there you go. But
Oh man, you are a dope mom. Like for you to do that, to take it, now you're incorporating your kids in your journey. It's not
yes.
even just okay. All right. I want to jump a little bit, but let me go back.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're good. You're just saying a lot of good stuff, but I got a lot of questions. I'm like, I don't want to jump. Okay. What initiated the journey for you? Like you said that you've had a lot of ups and downs, setbacks, and this and that. When was the first moment? Was it January, or when was the first moment where you literally actually was just like, I need to get serious? What made Bunny, what made Vanessa go?
Okay, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
So my best friends, all of them super fit. They've always invited me, let's go to the gym, let's do this, let's do that. And I would go to the gym, but again, I wasn't consistent. I was making excuses. I'm so busy, as a mom of two, and head of the household, getting everything ready. Not only do I have a job, but I also have a job after I clock out. So I was making excuses not to go to the gym with my friends. And so finally, my husband, he helped me. He said, look, if you want to get fit, let's do it the right way. So we found a trainer, and we did, I paid her for the month. And initially, why I stuck so long was because I said, I paid her this much money. I am not going to quit. I'm going to make every penny worth it.
Exactly.
If we invested this. So for me to give her, this X amount of money for the month, I couldn't afford to just not show up.
Right.
So I was committed for 21 days with her. And so after the 21 days, I told my coach, Annette, I said, Annette, I love this. Like, I love how I feel after a workout. Yeah. Showing up is crucial, just being there, just getting through it. An hour a day is not bad at all. So after that, like I said, I started falling in love with the process. I studied workouts, right forms, watched TikToks, and that motivated me to finally step foot into a gym by myself. Before that, I wouldn't go to the gym unless I was going with somebody.
Wow.
And Planet Fitness is literally 2 minutes away from my house. I can walk there as my cardio.
Wow. Yeah.
So 4 months later, I don't have a trainer anymore. But I go and work out by myself now.
Oh, I love it. I love it. This is golden, because again, you even talk about, and I've had multiple people come on also talking about that fear of stepping into the gym. Was that also due to what, maybe you not liking your appearance, you're not liking the way you felt? Why were you afraid?
Anxiety, social anxiety.
Okay.
Yeah.
So fitness has even helped you with social anxiety.
It has. Yeah, it has. What's helped me is how bad I want it. It's just, I'm so focused. Give me 1 second. Sorry. I'm so focused in my goals and, the outcome, what I want. I know what's at the end of, the tunnel. Before that, I wouldn't really see or envision how I wanted to look. And now that I've gotten, 6 months into the year, I'm seeing all this progress, with just 6 months. Imagine what I can do another 6 months, or imagine if I can continue this for the rest of my life. It's amazing. It's great. Like I said, it's a lifestyle now. It's not something that I'm just going to start and then stop.
And this is why I brought you on, because I hear exactly what I hear you say is what I see on your TikTok. That's what I'm saying. Like, you show that same amount of enthusiasm and passion, you know, and I love that. And again, it's okay to multitask. I know you at work too. I know. So you ain't got to look all professional. Nah, you good. But yeah. But going back to that, you keep mentioning your mental state too. And I ask this question a lot too. And that is, which would you say is more important? Is it the physical aspect of fitness, or is it the mental? Or do you feel like they both intertwine and they're both equally significant? What has been your experience with both?
Great question. So I started physical only. That's how I started. And then through working out, it shifted to mental,
Mm,
was healing my mental state. So I don't suffer from depression or anything. I think it's more anxiety,
mm,
but being where I'm at now, it's really healed my mental state. Like I said, it's put me out of serenity. I meditate. I
mm,
life a little bit slower now. Just really appreciate what life has to offer.
mm.
And now I'm realizing it's both of them. It helps physical and it helps my mental. So they're both equally important to me.
If somebody was to, I guess, if somebody was to come to you, come to Vanessa and be like, I'm not mentally there. I'm not really mentally there. I just don't feel like going today. I haven't been in like a week, so it wouldn't hurt if they went, physically, but they're just not mentally there. Would you suggest that they still go anyway so you would?
Yeah. It depends, yourself, but I would
Mm,
encourage that person, hey, go, work out 30 minutes. You'll feel even better after. No one's complained about feeling like crap after a workout. You always feel better.
mm,
So,
true.
it's just showing up even when you don't want to show up. You just get there, and then, once you get it over with, you feel amazing.
Mm, I love that. I love it. I love it. What would you say to someone who doesn't have, because it seems like your spouse is pretty supportive. What would you say to someone who doesn't have a spouse that's as supportive as you, that doesn't have that support group? Because like you said, all your friends are fit. It seems like
Mm,
everybody around you kind of, are pillars. Yeah. 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 It's like, seems like you have a great support system. But what
thank
would you,
you.
well, yeah, of course. What would you say to somebody who does not have that? Someone else who's struggling and they don't have that support around them, the spouse, but the spouse actually maybe talking down on them. What would you actually, what advice, maybe top three things you would tell them to do or hold on to continue on the journey?
That's a very touchy subject. I
Mm,
previous relationship where it was very deteriorating, to my mind, my soul, my body.
mm.
Um, for one, screw what they think.
Yeah.
Do what makes you happy. And a little bit goes a long way, just doing small workouts at home. I started working out at home. So because previously to my husband now, I had a previous relationship where I couldn't go into the gym. There's men out there. You can't go to the,
Oh, wow. Ooh.
yeah, when you have that spouse where they're just like, oh no, you're not going anywhere because of, the opposite sex or whatever.
Mm.
Um, like I said, I do small workouts here. I have resistance bands, and just do what you want.
I love that. I love that. And so, and again, not to go too deep, or you don't have to go as deep as you do not want to, but you said that you had a previous relationship where this person was controlling.
Yeah.
They were very controlling. Okay, gotcha. And if you don't mind me asking, for people, I know a lot of people, some I've even interviewed who've been through those things, and they have or have had those men who have been like that. What helped you come out of that mental state? What were some things that you did to bring you out of that past, being with that past person? If you don't mind sharing that.
What helped me just move on and let him go.
Well, not just a matter of moving on and let them go, but now that you're in you're in your relationship with your husband now, I guess I'm assuming you probably still dealt with that past.
I did in the beginning, yes, because I thought that all men were like this, and it was something that I blamed myself. And okay, I can't, go into the gym because I'm going to disrespect, my husband,
Yeah.
and then I realized that no, that's not okay.
Mm,
So it's it's definitely, well, I'm with my husband now. I've been with him for 11 years. So it took time for me to gain my confidence back because I was just beat down with, words and being criticized all the time. So it took me time to love myself,
Mm.
um, and not believe or hold on to those words. Because one thing I've noticed is that when somebody is repeating negative things to you over and over and over, you start to believe those words.
Mm.
And even though sometimes you just don't want to, admit it, but it just subconsciously, I think it just sticks, and